MS plus stress equals increased symptoms. Today, I'm going to share how stress affected my symptoms recently and some ideas that may help us manage our stress and therefore help manage our symptoms. Hello, my dear friends, and welcome. I wanted to share a recent MS moment with you where I had increased symptoms due to stress. There is good stress and bad stress. Stress to meet a deadline or get out of a dangerous situation is good stress. It prompts us to take action. Stress that's chronic and there for long periods of time can lead to inflammation. And Lord knows that the last thing we need with MS is more inflammation. In general, chronic stress can cause fatigue, insomnia, headache, and cognitive dysfunction, even without MS. And with MS, it can cause any MS symptom to flare. I know it can be hard when we talk to our doctors about our symptoms and they ask us about stress. It can feel like they're not taking our symptoms seriously, or it might feel like they're saying it's all in our heads. But chronic stress can have very, very real physical manifestations. Recognizing the signs of stress and figuring out if the stress is the cause of the increase of our symptoms is important. Sometimes it isn't until we get past the stressful times and we can look back and see how the stress was piling up and perhaps the cause of our symptoms. Last week was stressful for me and my family. We had calling hours and a memorial service for a family member to plan for and to speak at. Several members of our family came down with COVID, and some of our summer plans had to get canceled. Individually, all of these are stressful and sad, but adding them all together, there was a fair bit of amount of stress for me. There was a lot to think about. There was concern for family, there were lists of things to do, there's grieving and sadness about canceling our plans. I didn't sleep well for a few nights, and I wasn't as careful with my eating, and I was definitely not as mindful as I usually am. Over the course of the week, the stress hormone cortisol was undoubtedly increasing in my system. Cortisol is great if we're facing an immediate threat, like being chased by a saber-toothed tiger, or if we need to avoid being hit by an oncoming bus if we're crossing the street. The fight or flight response can be very helpful, but the long-term effects of prolonged high cortisol levels, that's not such a good thing. In this study on chronic stress, they found that ultimately, a prolonged or exaggerated stress response may perpetuate cortisol dysfunction, widespread inflammation, and pain. And numerous prospective studies have reported baseline anxiety scores to be a significant predictor of pain, depression, and reduced quality of life. Yep, if this sounds right or familiar to you, give me a heck yeah in the comments below. So, what happened with my symptoms and my increased stress level last week? My left leg experienced increased numbness and spasticity. It ranged from annoying to downright painful. It subsided after a day or two and a good night's sleep, but it was a very vivid and unpleasant reminder that stress can trigger my symptoms. As people with MS, we need to focus on reducing and managing our stress. So what can we do? Here are my top tips for managing stress. Number 1, therapy. I speak with my therapist regularly, and it's incredibly helpful for me. Talking with a professional about the life challenges that I'm facing is great. She offers insights and tips, and she helps me to manage my feelings and my response to stressful situations. Number 2, get active. When we're in a stressful time, moving our bodies can help. Exercise releases endorphins, those feel-good hormones. It can help melt stress away. Something as simple as taking a walk can help. Especially in nature. Check out my recent video on the benefits of forest bathing. I'll put a link up above and in the description below. Number 3, don't suffer in silence. We can talk with someone in our support network. It can be a formal MS support group, an online group, a sympathetic family member, or a friend, someone in our tribe. Just getting it off our chest can help. Number 4, find something that brings us joy and do it. It can be anything. Dancing, singing, watching a funny movie, or perhaps shenanigans with our tribe. Scheduling a night out or a short trip with our buddies. Number 5, be selfish. Take some me time. Indulge in a mommy or daddy time out. Do an activity we love, such as coloring, painting, playing music, knitting, gardening, anything that you love to do. Or perhaps indulge in a massage. That reminds me, it's time to schedule my next massage. And number 6, relax. Really relax. Meditate, nap, lay in the hammock and read a good book. Taking time to slow down and let our bodies relax can go a long way to helping us reduce stress. So, how am I feeling now? Much better. My leg has gone back to its baseline numbness and the spasms have subsided. It's greatly reduced from last week and I'm feeling much better. The question of the day is, do your symptoms flare with stress? And how do you manage your stress? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, the like icon under the video, and don't forget to hit the subscribe and notification bell so you don't miss any upcoming videos. Until next time, be well.